Breaking news! Breaking news! You are all peasants! Hello everybody, Yippee do. How about you? It's your fault! Sheepers creepers! Well guys, do you know why it is always your fault? Well, originally, we were supposed to be studying Celtic mythology. We're still doing that today. But we do have some things we do need to do. And we got to do it. And it's your fault. What about? Anyways, guys. We have an emergency. We have an emergency. Cheers. We have an emergency. We have an emergency. Look at this crap. Weeding. We got weeding to do. Yes, I know. Tell me about it. But in the hindsight, look at this. Oh my goodness. Guys, look at this. We have a fucking porch. Oh my god. We have a porch. Look at this. I'll be able to showcase the before and after pics in the stream. But holy shit. So here's what happened. Christine had the urge to actually do the porch. And I decided to help out on the things that she couldn't be able to do. And here it is. I can walk around on the porch. I don't know if you were able to see a part of it on last stream when we were in a war zone full of fireworks, which, shocking, we still are. I mean, but that's America for you. But next year is going to be next year is 250 years of America. Can you believe that? Also, look at this. This is to keep the peasants away. aka mosquitoes. We got West Nile virus infected mosquitoes, which is fun, I would say. But anyways, guys, we are going to be doing the weeding first, because that has to be done. Another thing that has to be done, which is also your fault. Another thing that I'm doing is this. We gotta do that freaking dishes! Dishes! It's your fault! Then after that, we will be able to study Celtic mythology, hopefully in time, because guess what? We have a Walmart order coming over here. So yeah, so hopefully we have time for that. Because if the Walmart order comes in, you're going to see me put away the Walmart order because it's your fault. Shapers creepers. Up my ears. I need a hit. And yes, I am shirtless. Get over it. Either enjoy the stream or find someone that has a shirt on. Because I am not in the mood for a shirt. I have things to do outside, dang it, and it's good outside. It's really great outside. It's not as incredibly hot as it was the last few days. So at least I got that. It's your fault. It's always been your fault. Do you understand that? All of you are peasants. And it's your fault. But anyways, guys, we're about to have, so with this Walmart Plus order, we're going to have some different dinners. We're pretty much, okay. I'm trying to make sure that we're going to have dinner streams all the time. And not for just eating, but making it. It's important that I do make the stream for making it. Because, I'm going to tell y'all, sometimes home cooking is something that is, I would say is now growing more into me, more than ever. Because it's important to try to understand like recipes that your family has had throughout generations. So one in particular we've done before, we've done a lot, is the Chef Al. I did Chef Boyardee pizza, and my dad always done it. The guy's rest his soul, rest in peace, my dad. But yeah, I always tried to figure out a way and couldn't figure out at first. And then I was able to talk to him, before he passed, about the pizza, how to properly make it. He told me to follow it exactly as it follows on the box, but add a little bit more to make sure you have the ball that you need, the dough ball. So that way it can rise up a little bit more better. And guess what? It worked. It worked. So good, which is great. So now I can be able to do pizza, and you've seen it enough times where I've done different types of pizzas now, which is just intriguing. But now, next up, it's definitely must be done because, well, we've done it before, but it was done in a different recipe. So we are definitely going to do it the mom way. And I do mean how my mom did it. And that's mac and cheese. The baked mac and cheese. So we will be having the makings of that. Now, I'm not too sure if we have if we've done this in the past. Before I figured out about getting my Boaster user. My God, what the fuck is up with me? My Boaster YouTube channel. Thank you. Into my restream. I'm not too sure if we did, this type of dinner stream before. And that is something that my husband Eric has been doing from generation to generation, and that's at least for his family, at least for his mom, and then to him, and then now to me. And it's so it's pasta. So it is pasta, but the story of it is that his mother couldn't stand tomato sauce anymore because of acid reflux. So, as an alternative, he did cream of mushroom. She did cream of mushroom soup as an alternative, and pretty much it's been a mainstay ever since. And of course, I've tried it, Usually, I'm not a fan of mushrooms, but how he made it, it worked. Because it's not just pasta, but there's also sausage. Two types of sausage. We usually get Italian and usually hot. So Italian and hot sausage are the best combo for this pasta, um, along with some certain ingredients, seasonings, and it's one of the mainstays of this. We've always ate it, pretty much. It's one of our favorites. So pretty much a cream of mushroom pasta that we've done always before. Well, we're gonna finally have a chance to showcase that to you on stream in the future time. Um, and there's also a different variety of things. I'm also trying to figure out a challenge for myself. Uh, Something I've never done. Something my mom and dad never done. Something anybody has never done. I could try to figure out. To be honest, my mind's been thinking. You know what? I've tried pre-made pasta enough time, or not pre-made pasta, but pre-made lasagna enough times. But I think I want to make lasagna from scratch, and I've never done it. I don't think anybody here has done it. But I want to make lasagna from scratch. I'm going to see how that goes. I don't think the ingredients of that is going to come by over here, but just saying, I'm probably thinking of doing that. Don't know when I'm going to do it, but I just have to do my research on it, and hopefully I can, be confident in myself to try to do that. So let me go ahead and shut myself up and take this hit. And we see 5 viewers here. Hello, 5 viewers! How's it going? I hope you all are having a great day. Because we're about to go outside and do some weeding first. What's good, Pro Gamer 234? Oh God. Okay. Now, in order to protect our feet, or at least protect ourselves, I gotta put socks on. Ugh. Obviously, gloves on. There's gloves over there. I need to find socks because I have to wear regular shoes for this. All right. Looks like I got my socks. And you know what? It's Walmart inventory time. Walmart. Walmart, Walmart. It is Vaughn's birthday today. Can you say happy birthday to him? Happy birthday, Vaughn. Oh, wow. No. Hey, yo. What the fuck? You didn't see anything. Target. I don't need a shirt anyway. I have to go outside. Oh no, what the heck is going on here? Hang on a moment, guys. Let me check to make sure here. Sometimes we have to make sure of things. La 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 la. La 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 la. Do. We have to check on something first. Okay. Let me check you out. Okay. That chain looks a bit too big for theirs. Just kidding. Let me make sure. Mm. Mm. Okay. I'm sorry. Sorry that I had to ban those two, but those were just recently made, and I have my suspicions, so I have to ban them. You know, you can't be too careful. All right. Let me get my socks on. Because when I saw that other user came up and it had the similar name, it was like, hold on a moment. Something's up on that one. So I had to take care of it. Hang on a moment. What's going on here? Users in the chat. I said, users in the chat. Okay. All right. Let me go check it out. users without a verified. Okay. All right. I think we are pretty much good. I think that's what I've chosen to do. All right. I think we should be fine. So, yeah. Because we don't want our stream to end on a fake, viewer jumping on other stuff unless one of the Guitar Hero people that I know rates me, and that would be great. Holy shit. That would be fucking great. That would be fantastic. Holy shit. I know one day when I play Clone Hero, I'll probably get rated. So let me go ahead and shh. Did not ask for you. Get out of here. So yeah. I thought so yes, that's where things will kind of trick you on that part. I was a little bit cautious on it. At first, that sorry, but sometimes I have an issue with trusting users who just made their account. So as of now, I got the shield mode in there for at least on Twitch right now. Actually, I need some sunscreen. To be quite honest, because I am going to be out. All right, so I want to talk about hey, we're not. No, we're not. Okay, so I want to talk about I think I mentioned about it. But I got sunburned bad. But thankfully, it didn't get. All right, there we go. I might not have to put you. Hang on. Come on. All right. So the bathroom does not like. Let me check something. But well, come on, here we go. This is what we can do. I'm gonna make sure I can. Yeah, now it's definitely not like in the bathroom now. Well, I don't know. I mean, that sucks. Well, the only thing I can do is pretty much do this and be the closest thing possible now. Well, shit. I can't do hot box in the bathroom no more because now it will act up now. Great. Okay. All right. Almost done strained up. Let's get to weight. All right. With that, now I can go ahead and get you out of. All right. Let's go. Oh boy. Okay. I'm gonna tell a little bit of an interesting story. So those that buzzing sound that you heard. So oh, so a while ago, till I think even till like around, I'm surprised, like around 25, 26 maybe. Hello, Charlie. How are you? But yeah, from when I was a kid till around about age 25, 26, that buzzing sound, I thought, literally thought, was the sun sizzling. I literally thought it was the sun sizzling. But it turns out it was the cicadas. So yeah. Alright, we got alright. Alright, reiki rake to get the weeds out. Hold on, it's on my back. Yeah, here. All right. Not gonna lie, you're hot. Well, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. It's your fault. Excuse you. It's your fault, Stick. Making me be in my way. All right. We're gonna put you over here. Hmm. Actually, yeah, it's a mosquito. I do need that. I actually do need the tripod. That's why I I did the tripod because it would be able to. Bet you get big. Let's say my husband gets that big part in him at night. If you know what I mean. Wink, wink. So I want to say this. So when we get into the Celtic mythology, there's a little joke my husband Eric made. So in the 20, so I'm going to mention about 23andMe. And 23andMe, uh, for my genealogy, I'm 7% sub-Saharan African, and my husband joked that now we know where that 7% comes from. Oh man. I think I did a little hint. The 7% joke. Yeah, that 7% joke. So yeah, 7%, 7 inches. Wait, what? Oh, we're talking about gardening. Damn it! It's your fault. You better calm it down. Could tell just from your bulge. Sorry for looking. Oh, yeah, you're right about that. Thank you for reminding me. Now I have to wear underwear. It's your fault. Because, yeah, whenever I don't wear underwear, it's more revealing. I mean, I know I don't have to, but sometimes, for Twitch purposes, I have to. Because y'all know about the whole situation with speed. Something like, because I'm in a similar stance from where I'm at right now, where I just forget to wear underwear, and then even if, so here's the thing, even if it's buttoned, at times it likes to show. And I don't want that. And I don't think Twitch wants that. That's an OnlyFans thing. That's only an OnlyFans thing, if we ever make one, by the way. Man. All right. Oh, shoot. Okay. Make sure I'm not in the shot. So I'm right out getting the underwear on. Oh. I have to put all the way up. All right. Yeah, unfortunately, if I have to keep on doing with streaming, unfortunately, yeah, I gotta keep within TOS, guidelines and standards and all that other stuff. Like, I'm fine with being shirtless. Anything for down there has to be within, like, at least OnlyFans or any of that realm, but not within Twitch or YouTube in that matter. That's why when it comes for like ASMR type of things, everything has to be closed, possibly revealing, but closed. And now I gotta find you are. But you will get to see hot action of me weeding the garden. You get to see my full bod like this. It's just water weed. And we're about to have some fun weeding the weeds out. Oh boy. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put you over here, I believe. Yes. Okay. So around here, and then we fix some things up. Mm, perfect. All right. Go ahead and put my shoes on. Okay. Here we go, guys. Are you ready for some great action? I know I. Oh shit. Gotta be careful with that. Out of here. Out of here. Out of here. Out of here. Get out of here. Ah, no! Oh, fuck. No, 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 no. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Stop. Okay. That's probably going to have to be weed whacked and that area. All around it. All right. It's the best we can for that area. This is going to be hard to do a video of this side. Okay. This is the rest from here I have to grab because there's no way I can rake it. Yeah, yeah. Fuck's sake. Goddamn bees here, bee ways. think that's good. Now, with that, I have to snip. Yeah, this has to be snipped. This has all. So yeah, it'll be at a different time. But I want to get rid of these as quick as I can. Shit. Me. Right. Oh. Oh, what the fuck? That's the one main thing. The fucking rank. Man. Oh, good God. Oh, man. Eyes. The sweat's gonna. Okay. Get in there. All right. Sweat's getting into my eye. Yeah, man. 1 hour already? What the fuck? We've been through an hour? That's impossible. That felt like 30 minutes. The fuck? Okay. Alright. 1 hour. We've been past an hour already. That's crazy. Let's get back inside. Woo! Hang on a moment. Get this over there. Whew. Whew. I had to get down and dirty on it. Alright. Well, that work. But we are going to go to the next thing. Let me take a moment for. Yeah, let's take a breather. Whew. But, and to be done, Yes, I know. So hot. It's sweat. Yeah, sweat coming down all over. Don't mind the mess. Whew. Man. I know, I know. But hey, who knows? Maybe one day, because of my high ass self, I might forget again. And you may be lucky next time. Oh, yeah. Oh. Just take them off. Oh, God. Oh, my underwear is up here and my shorts are down there. How does that work? Oh, shoot. All right, we're back. I had to do some things real quick. It's just water weight. It's just water weight. It's just water weight. Oh, man, like so. Yeah, as I mentioned above before, I had a very bad sunburn, but now it's not as bad. It's now coming. It's 10 now, which I usually go whenever I'm out on the sun. It usually becomes tan, and I usually don't burn, but I got burned bad. Did a 4 mile walk from my place all the way to Massillon, at least somewhere in Massillon. cooler just in your shorts. I mean, yeah, 9 times out of 10. Because sometimes free balling is where it's at. Sometimes you definitely need a free ball, even if it's like, temperatures are at like 100. And sometimes you just need a free ball because, well, you just feel like free balling. Then why don't you? Well, guess what? I'm respecting Twitch. AKA, I can be revealing. AKA, I can show my underwear. I can't show too much more. But I don't feel like being in my underwear at the moment. I would have to get high enough to get to that point. Ha ha! You missed your chance. Ha ha! Ha ha! I like teasing you. You know I like to be a teaser. Oh God. All right. Yeah, yeah. Ugh. Okay. So once we cool down for a moment, first, the next thing we're doing is the dishes. It's going to be done for 30 minutes. After that, we're going to be discussing, studying Celtic mythology, reasons why I want to do this, and vice versa. All that other stuff. And then after that, usually studying with it takes about at least about 30 minutes to an hour, depending. If I get really into it, then who knows? Um, After that, it was supposed to get those boxes in the trash, but we forgot about it, so we're gonna have to just trash out. That's about it. Trash out, and then do the laundry. Unfortunately, there are no more shots after that. But whenever the stream is done, you could be able to see it on replay. Mm-hmm. Oh god. Okay. Oh, whoa. Ooh. That felt weird. Ugh. Damn. Felt that right there. Damn. Maybe I need to do that more often. Damn. Oh yes. Oh my god. I needed that. Oh my. Oh yes. Oh, you have no idea how good that felt. I haven't done that in a while, and I heard all those cracks. It's like, oh, those cracks are getting somewhere that I haven't cracked in a while, and it felt great. Oh, we're definitely ready for this next hit. Sorry, I got a little bit lost, so please bear with me. Please bear with me. I gotta figure out something. All right, dishwashing. Okay. So, hey, Eric. Hey, love you. Uh, getting time for a moment. But I just got the raking done for now, and now I'm gonna just go ahead and do the dishes next. Are we good? Yes, we are good. Okay, cool. Time for 30 minutes. 30 minutes, starting now. Let me see. We have more plates. Oh, definitely more plates. So let me see if I can try to get both of these out of here. Oh, we gotta fill plates. We have to. All right. At least there's not much. Put these somewhere. Okay. That needs to be washed. What time is it right now? It is 4:55. So as I mentioned, there will be a Walmart order on the way around 6 to 8. Eric, please DM me. If you're watching on YouTube, please DM me on Messenger for updates on the order, please. I don't know where to put this damn thing at. Hi, mine. Hi, mine. That doesn't fit. It's your fault. Where did I put this damn thing at? It should be somewhere around here, shouldn't it? No, it doesn't fit. It nothing fits. It's your fault. Nothing fits. Fine. And you're over here. I expect. Alright. Ow! Ow! It's your fault. You're gonna make me throw the trash away already, aren't you? Well, thankfully it's frozen, so we're good. Oh yeah, we're good. It's frozen. So I'll put you in here. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Boom, and then washing it from there. Let me get rid of the chunks, whatever chunks there are. Alrighty then. That's definitely the first thing to watch along with this. Alright. Oh my, oh god damn, I'm high up. What the fuck? Ooh, it's fully frozen, you could probably save it for later. Eh. I mean, it would be nice, but I'm gonna decide, you know what, since the next macaroni is on its way, we might as well go ahead and dump that and get things ready whenever the next macaroni comes in. Here. This. It's sharp off. All right, let the dishwashing condense. Every single plane I see.
have to speak a little bit. Pictures. Here's where we're going to do something. Actually, we're going to go ahead and kind of put the things away in between the 30 minutes and see if I can be able to, kind of get things done quicker that way. Okay, yes. Before I start putting the first round away and start with the next round within the 30-minute time. Whatever I don't finish is what I don't finish until next time. Whether it's done by me or it's done by Eric. Or done by whomever. Else where we were at. I actually can tell a bit more on that, but on reviews just continue to watch plates until it doesn't fit. So Some still surprises too. Okay, this is where it starts to not fit. All right. Go over here. I'll get this. Ow! It's their fault. It's their fault. Time's up. Okay. Alrighty. I'll be able to do this later then. I'll have to let the water cool anyway. Let me go ahead and dump this along with the pan because we got to do burgers. Alright, so that'll be later. And we're at 2 hours. 2 hours! Let's go. 2-hour stream. That's why we call it a variety stream for a reason, guys. 2-hour stream. We just keep going. We just keep going and going and going, and going and going and going and going and going. Okay. So we have now reached a point where we are now at the main part of the stream, and that is studying Celtic mythology. Before we begin, I'm going to have to put the webcam up because I have to show you tell you about my 23andMe report and everything else, and we'll go from there.
So let me get this off. Put that back on the lamp. Okay. It's your fault. Okay. Right. And we're going to move things around to a different area. This one, that one, that will be by the first. All right. And yeah, might as well get that out of the way. All right, we're about to go on webcam. Okay. All right. So, let me take this, take a chair, and I'll sit down with you. So, hello everybody. My name is Beau, and welcome to Celtic mythology. Yes. Anyways, um, so we're now at the Celtic mythology part now. So, before we start, I might as well begin my part of the reason why I'm doing this. Um, Obviously, ever since Dad passed, um, I've been feeling his presence. I've been feeling, feeling a lot more. You know how when it comes for like whenever spirits do come through and all that other stuff, they tend on get on you very well, and it can be overwhelming. So pretty much, I definitely need to be a lot more spiritual than ever to not just, get in contact with my dad, but also keep myself sane, obviously. And pretty much for the 23 and me, yes, I'll definitely mention about the part that I am a 7.3% sub-Saharan African, and breaking down where I'm 2.9% from where some of my ancestors came from: Ghana, Sierra Leone. 2.1 came from Nigeria. But the one more so in focus is majority of my ancestry is from Ireland. Yes, more so Ireland than England. And not even just that, there's a specific county in Ireland that kind of threw me off for a moment because the name of the county shares three last first three letters of our last name, May. So it's Count Mayo. That's pretty much that area, Count Mayo, which is crazy. I was like, God damn, Count Mayo. So pretty much, I do want to try to figure out a little bit about the history of Count Mayo as well. So it's not just more so about understanding your spirit; it's understanding your part of your heritage, and definitely Count Mayo is intriguing. Now there are areas in England. Oh, English ancestry is melting pot of Celtic-like ancestry. There it is. Hey, there you go. Celtic-like ancestry and ancestry associated with later waves of Germanic peoples, including the Anglo-Saxons, Danish, and Norwegian Vikings. There you go. There you go. Oh, man. In West Yorkshire. Leeds. Oh, wow. Halifax. Oh, my God. You are connected through shared ancestors from people from South Yorkshire and South West Yorkshire, the foothills of the region. Oh, wow. Mail is number one, obviously. United Kingdom. Number one is Greater London. Oh, duh. But yeah, that's pretty much the ancestry for the for Irish. Is that I'm Irish, and well, at least 75.8% Irish. So the ancestry based on my DNA is from within Ireland. Uh, so, and usually in Ireland, they have Celtic mythologies. I think currently right now, uh, I think they're more so Catholics right now, but I want to go a little bit more deeper. So that's where we introduce the two books. So we go ahead and get the books. Okay. Now, these two books were a gift from Eric's sister. Um, these two books here. One's focusing on Celtic symbols, so understanding the ancient mysteries, sacred meanings, and the power of the Celts and Druids, and pretty much a beginner's guide to Celtic spirituality. We'll probably, get a little bit more deeper as we go through. And at one point, if Eric can allow me, I'm going to be looking at this. Welsh Witchcraft, a guide to the spirits, lore, and the magic of Wales. Now, there's usually British. There's the British side and there's the Celtic side. So I think there are Celts within Welsh. So we could take a look. But usually I'm through Celt Mayo. So I just have to understand a little bit further about based on my ancestry and vice versa. And we'll see how things go. But not yet on this book. Just to show it to you, is from Mara Starling. I think she's also a TikTok user. So let's start with obviously the beginner's guide. So all right. Now, another thing, the reason why I'm doing this, and you may not like it, guys, but I'm doing this for my mind. It's therapeutic. Is also trying to figure out understanding who you are. So if you want to join along, that is great. I appreciate it. Because pretty much I'm going to be the Andy Kaufman right now, just reading the book right now. Because it's your fault that I'm going to do this stream and you asked for this. So enjoy me reading and studying Celtic mythology. Thank you. A quote from Carl McCollum. Celtic spirituality is the spirituality of the edge of the world. It's the spirituality that stands on windswept rocky shores, gazing westward to the open stormy sea. It acknowledges that edge place in our hearts where time meets eternity, where words fade off into silence, and where heaven silently gazes into the turmoil of earthly life. This is the first in a series of books on Celtic wisdom for modern life. The goal of the collection is to foster a sense of continuity with the past, to develop an appreciation for ancient wisdom to help us in our lives today, and to emphasize the importance of community. It aims to establish a link with the therapeutic aspects of Celtic wisdom, including new respect for and connection with the natural world. In the last 300 years, an enormous Scottish, Irish, and Welsh diaspora emigrated to the New World to escape famine and poverty. Now, their descendants seek to understand their Celtic roots and deepen their connection to their ancestral past.
Regardless of whether or not we personally claim Celtic ancestry, many of us are drawn to the elements and symbols inherent in Celtic spirituality and seek to understand it. We may, like so many in the modern world, feel a sense of exile from an actual or metaphorical homeland, where the dense forests whisper secrets of wisdom and wonder. Living in modern urban settings, our very bones eventually begin to dry out if we are surrounded only by a parched desert of concrete man-made structures with no iota of green, and when we engage only in humdrum, mundane activities that do not slake our deep thirst for meaning. We are not meant to simply plod along in a world devoid of artistic inspiration, disconnected from our own creative depths and from the natural world. We are meant to mind the deep seams of connection with our roots, to hold our heads up with an alert presence, and sniff at the air to catch a whiff of magic. What's this? Oh, crap. Okay. So it's going to be a bit late on the Walmart order. Uh, these books intend to turn to this ancient past to help and inform who are looking for a deeper meaning in life. By understanding the roots of Celtic culture, it is possible to apply that knowledge to modern life. The demands of the everyday can be so overwhelming that we lose touch with our instinctual natures and our ancient origins. How do we get back to our relationship with nature and wisdom? Below, we consider how we might just do that, our connection to nature. If we live in exile from the natural world and any sense of the sacred or deeper meaning in life, then vital parts of our deepest selves begin to wither. What may start as irritability or a vague discontent, an ennui, can lead to a more serious depression if we do nothing to staunch this loss of life essence. When this is the case, we have forgotten where we came from, and the only remedy is to dig the moist, loamy soil with our bare hands, if need be, to get back to our roots, our connection with the wild, sleeping out under the stars until we have reacquainted ourselves with both the light and the shadow side of our lives. The ancient Celts understood this and it formed an intrinsic part of their spirituality. As humans, we generally believe that we are the most important beings on earth. That's damaging and harmful, as our belief in our importance has disconnected us from our natural environment. Because of our exceptionalist mindset, biologist Edward O. Wilson suggests that we are, as a species, contemptuous towards lower forms of life. Such attitudes are dangerous and they threaten our very survival. In recent times, due to colonial redistribution of people, habitat loss, climate change, and pollution, we have left no ecosystem free from our damaging influence. All of this has been caused by humanity's disregard for its environment. Uh, Based on a reading from Lynch in 2023, daily, most of us do not intentionally harm those natural surroundings in which we live. However, we often fail to appreciate the beauty and importance of the world. Have you ever walked through the forest, engrossed in your phone, feeling to take notice of the earthly beauty that surrounds you? Many of you have been on a walk along a beautiful beach, and were more concerned about taking pictures to show all your friends on Instagram. Instead, you could have been appreciating the wonder of your surroundings in the here and now. By contrast, the ancient Celts, who lived in Iron Age Europe between 700 BC and 400 AD, lived harmoniously within their environment and considered it to be sacred. They believed that the land possessed powerful spiritual energy. In their religion, they regarded certain natural parts of the landscape, such as river sources, springs, and groves, to be sacred. These are a reading from Cartwright. Uh, they also believed in animism, the concept that all things in the natural world possess a spiritual spirit or a soul. This includes humans and animals, as well as plants, rivers, and rocks. Based on a reading from Q in 2023. In the Celtic religion, sacred places were often adorned with purpose built temples, shrines, and sanctuaries. Here, Druids performed rituals and prayers, offerings of precious goods alongside animal and human sacrifices as gifts to the Celtic gods were made to gain their favor and secure the continued success of the community, based on a reading from Cartwright. Animal and human sacrifice is a step too far in the modern world, but these examples are clear evidence that the Celts did not take nature for granted. They revered every tree that they passed rather than accepting each one as a taken for granted part of the landscape. Although today we may have lost that belief that trees are sacred, we can still appreciate them and pay them more attention than we do now. Understanding Celtic spirituality. Before we explore Celtic spirituality is relevant to our lives today, we must understand what it is, its origins, and what historical sources concerning it survive. So let's talk the roots, the roots, the historic roots of Celtic spirituality. The Celts, or Keltoi, as they were known in Greek, were first defined as such by the ancient Greeks before 500 BC, based on a reading from Green in 2011. It was around this time that Greek geographer Hecataeus of Miletus first mentioned them. By that point, the Celts were a common culture grouping that existed throughout Europe, united by a similar language and common customs. It's likely that the tribes that the Greeks encountered in the early 6th century BC had been in their territories and speaking Celtic languages since as early as late Bronze Age, 1300 to 800 BC, or even earlier, based on a reading from Woolman and Mason in 2006. For the most part, the Celts are considered to have existed during the Iron Age period, which spanned from 1100 BC to 300 AD. This was the last prehistoric period before classical writers recorded history. Before the expansion of ancient Rome and the Germanic and Slavic speaking tribes, a significant part of Europe was dominated by Celtic cultures, including those in southern Germany, the Czech Republic, and parts of Spain and Portugal, based on a reading from Beau in 2005. All of these countries were designated such as they shared a Celtic language and common cultural and religious traditions. Today, only 6 nations or regions in Northwest Europe are commonly cited as Celtic countries. This is due to the survival of the culture, traditions, and languages in these areas, which had declined in most areas of Europe in the early Middle Ages. These present regions are Brittany in northwestern France, Cornwall in southwest England, Ireland, all of Ireland, yeah, Isle of Man, all of Scotland, and all of Wales. That's something. Parts of the Iberian Peninsula, such as the modern Galicia, Asturias, Cantabria, and northern Portugal, also claim as Celtic heritage, as supported by ancient texts, folklore, and music of the region. Celtic paganism is derived from its practice in the Proto-Indo-European region, as evidenced by the fact that many deities found in Celtic myth correspond with those that exist in other Indo-European mythologies. AKA, I'm a guy that likes to believe there's more than one god. There's got to be at least there's a main god, but there has to be just more than just one. For example, the Celtic goddess Britantia corresponds with the Roman Aurora, while Irish Danu is the same deity as the Hindu Danu. Intriguing. And the Welsh Rhaenyra serves the same role as the Greek goddess Selene, based on a reading from Mallory and Adams in 2006. Figures who held exceptional importance were Druids, who played an important role in the religious practices of the Celts. They are often considered to be the priests of religion, but in reality, they were involved in politics, prophecy, ritual sacrifice, and the control of the supernatural world. They preserved the oral religious tradition, acted as teachers, and served as royal advisors. In some instances, they were rulers themselves. Their followers often venerated and feared them as they believed the priests could communicate with the divine world. In Book 6 of the commentary of his commentaries on the Gallic War, Julius Caesar describes their role as follows, based on a reading from Green, 1997. Throughout Gaul, there are two classes of men of some dignity and importance. One of the two classes is that of the Druids, that of the knights. The Druids are concerned with the worship of the gods, look after public and private sacrifice, and expound religious matters. A large number of young men flock to them for training and hold them in high honor, for they have the right to decide nearly all public and private disputes, and they also pass judgment and decide rewards and penalties in criminal and murder cases and disputes concerning legacies and boundaries. Caesar's observation suggests that the Druids' function was as both religious and secular authority figures. This implies that boundaries between two were far more fluid than they are in the modern world. After the Roman Empire conquered Gaul and southern Britain, the Celtic region underwent some Romanization, leading to the emergence of the syncretic Gallo-Roman religion, which deities such as Mars Linus, Apollo Granus, and Telesphorus, which were combinations of Celtic and Roman gods and goddesses, bringing by Green. By the first century, Celtic culture has adopted Roman forms of expression, but societies retained their names for deities, and traditional worship still took place occasionally. Archaeological evidence for this includes the bronze cross-legged statue from Bray-sur-Juin and the wooden sculptures from the sources de la Seine, based on a reading from 1990 from King. It was not until the 2nd century AD that the Roman names for gods became more commonplace. This shift was likely related to a decline in the Celtic side in the Romano-Celtic religion. In turn, this may be linked to a lessening of the use of the Celtic language, particularly among those rich enough to have an inscription carved. It is impossible to be certain about the general extent of the language change, notably, though, that by the 4th century AD, most references to deities in Gaul were by their Roman names. From this evidence, it seems that the Romano-Celtic religion had become a regional variant of the empire-wide classical cults. Toward the end of the Roman period, the Celtic religion declined as Europe slowly converted to Christianity between the 3rd and 5th centuries AD. It's possible that the reduced influence of the Celtic or Romano-Celtic religion cleared the path for the advance of Christianity across Europe from the 4th century onward. By the 5th century, only the most remote shrines of the ancient religion survived, signaling its end. Based on a reading by King in 1990. Death and the afterlife in Celtic spirituality. The Celts believed in life after death, so they buried food, weapons, and ornaments with the deceased. Tombs contain an entire range of objects, from tools to jewelry, indicating that the departed person was expected to go on a journey, and they would need the items buried with them when they reached their ultimate destination. based on a reading from Namechek and Rogers in 2023 and Cartwright in 2021. Irish Celts believed in an other world, which was sometimes envisioned as being underground or an island in the sea. This place was known as the Land of the Living, the Delightful Plain, the Land of the Young, and Tirnanog in Irish. Many stories and legends grew around the analogy in transitioning from one place to the other. In essence, the other world was a series of different lands, meaning that there was no one word used to describe where individuals would go after death. Believers thought that this was a place where there was no sickness, old age, or death, where happiness lasts forever, and where a day lasted for 100 years. It was similar to the Elysium of the Greeks, and concept may come from more general Indo-European tradition. In Christianity, the belief in a state of existence beyond our present one is simplified into opposing binary ideas of heaven, paradise, and hell, with believers expecting to go one or the other of these realms after death. Which one they would go to would depend on whether they behave well or badly in life. Uh, However, the Celtic concept of the next world does not see a person's behavior on earth as defining where they go after death. Instead, it seems that the individual could end up in various possible lives or could encounter in different other worlds by chance or even return to normal life afterward, based on a reading in Hines, aka life was transitioned into something else, aka. One example of this is found in the Irish Celtic vision or voyage stories. In such tales, a beautiful girl approaches the hero and sings to him of a happy land, the other world. He follows her, and either they sail away in a boat of glass and are never seen again, or he returns after what he believes to be short amount of time, only to find that he has been away for hundreds of years. All his companions are dead. Based on a reading from Nietzsche and Rogers in 2023. The above story demonstrates how the Celts believed that people could wander through different worlds. Notably, afterlife locations were not exclusive or restrictive. Human and the inhabitants of the other world could interact with one another, and they could even travel between their alternate realms and back as they pleased, based on a reading from Hines. Such movements were possible due to the existence of what were called thin places. This is a Celtic term for those locales where the distance between heaven and earth collapses, based on a reading from Berkman. This means that in the belief system, it is possible to sense or even access alternate realms. Their belief in the other world means that Celts felt that they had the little to fear from death. It was simply an extension of life. The lack of division seen between our world and the afterlife also indicates that there was nothing to fear from dying. Rather, it was simply another part of life. In Celtic tradition, after people die, they go on a voyage to the afterlife. This is symbolic of the need to stay open to new experiences. In present times, we can learn from this by striving to stay open to new experiences in the same way the Celts did. Other of the traditions around death included saying prayers and blessings for the dead. The Druids also taught the doctrine of the transmigration of souls, and that the soul departs from the head. Based on a reading from Nemechek and Rogers in 2023, Cartwright in 2021. Another significant aspect of Celtic spirituality and life was that it encouraged individuals to forge strong connections with one another. One example of this concept of Anam Cara, which refers to the Celtic spiritual belief of souls bonding and connecting. The popular late Irish poet and philosopher John O'Donoghue best-selling book titled Anam Cara 96 explores this concept in depth. In the spiritual tradition, your soul radiates all around your physical body like an aura. When you connect with another person and become completely open and trusting with that individual, you two beings begin to flow together. Should such a deep bond be formed, You found your Anamkara or soulmate, based on a reading from Whitaker. The concept thus encourages us to cherish our relationships as deeply as the Celts did, aka Eric, pretty much as my Anamkara. Compared to modern times, Celtic beliefs around the afterlife and human bonds are less binary. Today, we are inclined to see life and death as entirely separate from one another. The Celts, on the other hand, saw death as a continuation of life and as a state of living rather than a definitive end. In the West, we often fear and avoid the topic of dying as if it didn't exist. By way of contrast, the Celts were at peace with the concept, accepting it as an integral part of existence. Second, sacred presence in the Celtic world. The Celts perceived their world as brimming with sacred presence. They saw divinity mirrored not only in heroic men, but also in women, animals, trees, and rivers. Even rocks held spark of the divine. Unlike Greek and Roman society, which was predominantly urban, Celtic society revolved around rural life. Since such, it enjoyed a close link with the natural world that is demonstrated by the spirits its adherents worshipped, which were those of both the wild and cultivated landscapes and their inhabitants. AKA, at one point, we'll probably have to do a walk around the park through TikTok at one point. The Celtic religion focused on the features of the landscape, waters, forests, and animals. Additionally, because divine power was associated with the fertility of humans, livestock, and crops, these objects were venerated. Tribal territories were held sacred, and the ground that received the bodies of the dead was seen as holy as and revered by living relatives. Cults invoked the spirits of water-related places, as these bodies were given givers of life and a link between the earthly and other worlds. Furthermore, the celestial powers, especially in the sun and thunder, were acknowledged as divine and sought out by those seeking favors from deities. Notably, inscribed dedications and iconography dating from the Roman period show that these spirits were perceived as personifications of natural features, based on a reading from Green in 97. Classical writing suggests that while the Celts worshipped the forms of natural objects, they did not consider their deities in anthropomorphic terms. For example, Sequana was the spring source of the Seine, not just its human representative, and Sulius was the hot spring at the bath, and Tyrannus was thunder. Similarly, Celtic spirits were close to the animals and they were associated with. Names of Arito, the bear goddess, and Epona, the horse goddess, are based on the Gaulish words for bear and horse, respectively. This shows how the Celts worship nature itself, not human versions of natural forces. Evidence of the Celtic religion. Before we proceed, a word of caution is needed about surviving primary source evidence concerning the Celtic religion. Because most Iron Age Celts were illiterate, we have no surviving information about the religion from those who practiced it. Instead, information about the beliefs and nature of the Celtic belief system comes from ancient literature, such as Roman commentaries on the Celts and the vernacular mythic sources of Ireland and Wales. Facts about the Celtic religion can also be gleaned from archaeological findings, especially from the Roman period, which inscribed dedications and religious images were commonplace and contributed to our knowledge of this subject. All surviving sources of the information on the Celtic religion need to be treated with caution for the following reasons. First, Roman historians were inherently biased, and their works often included distortions, expressed ignorance and misunderstandings of Celtic culture, displayed literary conventions, and stereotyped the Celts as barbaric. These factors mean that the picture Roman sources present is often wildly inaccurate. Meanwhile, early Welsh and Irish vernacular sources of the Celtic religion were written hundreds of years after the Celtic period, when most of Europe had converted to Christianity. This means that the views on the old pagan religion expressed may be biased. It may be that some specific texts do contain genuine echoes or renaissances of the pre Christian past. However, the earliest mythic stories of Ireland and Wales, such as those contained in the uh, Mab- Mabinogi, Mabinogi, Wales, and the Táin, part of the Irish Ulster cycle, were not compiled in written form until the medieval period, based on Ray from Green. Opinion is divided as to whether these texts contain material derived from oral tradition, whether they are a creation of their medieval monastic curators. While the archaeological evidence does not contain the bias present in the literary sources, understanding of these artifacts is informed by a 21st century mindset, based on from Green. This means that we may fail to understand and appreciate the true meaning of surviving materials relating to ancient Celtic religion. What to expect from this book? This book will provide a detailed exploration of Celtic spirituality and how to adapt and apply some of the this ancient wisdom to our lives today. Throughout 5 chapters and a conclusion, it will offer you a broad overview of Celtic culture and its history and its influences, how it relates to the present, and what hope it can offer us in the future. Following this introductory section, Chapter 1, Celtic Mythology and a Ritual, presents explanations of key aspects of Celtic mythology, exploring the legends behind popular figures in the belief system, such as Cernunnos, the Morrigan, and Bridget, and as well as less well-known Celtic deities. Chapter 2, titled Nature and Landscape, elaborates on how the Celts revered nature and saw divinity in all its natural elements, such as trees, rivers, and mountains. Here we will also look how Celtic folklore and belief in fairies relate to their natural world and their relationships to trees and forests. This chapter will also present an overview of sites sacred to this ancient society and landscapes and modern pilgrimages to these sites. We also we explore the Celts' special relationship with animals in Chapter 3, the Animal Kingdom. In the 4th chapter, the Divine Feminine in Celtic tradition, we consider the importance and role of women in the spiritual tradition, as well as examples of female warriors and leaders who lived during the period. The arts as sacred, Chapter 5, discusses how the arts enjoyed an elevated status in Celtic cultures. Examples include the spoken word tradition of storytelling and poetry, visual arts, including cave art, and illustrations found in sacred texts, the written word, including Ogam, the ancient script used by the Celts, dance, and song. The concluding chapter then presents key takeaways gleaned from this exploration of this topic. If you want to learn more about Celtic spirituality and culture, read on. Find a chapter there. Let's look at the Celtic spells. In this chapter, you will gain insight into various aspects of Celtic life. You will learn about where Celtic people originated from, how they rose to power, and how their influence declined over the years. My mouth is getting dry. Hold on. Oh. Sorry, guys. Got a bit hungry, so I gotta get something to eat real quick. It's on the way. We'll be here at 6:30. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh, damn it. There we go. Uh, Of course you would be there. Of course you would be there. Of course you would be there. But guess what? We're going to play on this one. This one. You made an appearance again. Oh, good. Let's continue. Mm. Oh, still go. 2 in a row. No. Oh my God, 10. Let's go. Go. It's allowing me to win this. Oh, I lost this time. Damn. Almost there. Okay. All right. One more quarter's almost here. How picky it is now. has to go. Yeah, that one has to go.
Mhm.
Should be everything for outside. Yeah. That should have gone a medium sized one, just for record purpose. has to go. I think it's curdling. It's gotta go. I'll be right back, guys. All right, got the stuff away. Okay.
And yes, that was enough for the whole village. $1,500. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. Ooh-wee. Okay. All right, now we can play. Yeah. Shark attack. God dang it. It's your fault. Oh my goodness.
Agua. No. No. Bank of Monopoly is getting close. Hmm. There we go. Scaramouche, Scaramouche, which
these at a different time. So right now this high is getting to me. I know there's things that need to be done. So okay. Ugh. So you what, guys? Probably do them about an hour later. I'll probably stream again, and we'll go from there. So in the meantime, I'll go ahead and end it. So that way I can have my little rest. I definitely feel quite high. And yeah. See you about an hour and a half or so. We'll get ready for a dinner stream more likely and do whatever I need to do to get rid of trash. So that way I have to get ready for dinner, the pan's ready, all that stuff. All right, I'll see you guys later.